Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday I was going through the comment section and some of our viewers were asking, can you please bring the updates from Pst Ezekiel Church? Now, today, the Mombasa High Court has made a ruling whether the New Life Prayer Center and church associated with Pst Ezekiel should be closed or if it should be allowed to continue operating. And in that ruling, the ruling has favored Pst Ezekiel's prayer through his lawyers, Danson Omari and Cliff Ombeta. So that is good news. But again, beside this, on the other issues of the bank account being frozen and the closing of the TV station, then Pst Ezekiel lawyers have to prosecute this case in Nairobi at Milimani Law Court. So one has been a successful one at Mombasa High Court. So the remaining two to do with the freezing of the account and the opening of the TV station that will be prosecuted in Nairobi. Again, beside all these trumped charges and trying to forcefully link Pst Ezekiel Church to the heinous act happening at Shakahola, there is something big happening at the New Life Prayer Center and Church in Mavueni. Something big. But first of all, before we go deep into that, I want you to listen to this video shortly after the lawyers briefing the public on the way forward.
Mahakama Kuu ya Mombasa imedhibitisha kwa mara ya mwisho na kwa kila Mkenya kujua kwamba kanisa la Pst Ezekiel halitafungwa tena wala kuingiliwa na taratibu zake. Kumbuka tulikuwa tumepata zile order za dharura ambazo zilikuwa ni temporal mpaka leo. Kwa hivyo leo mahakama imeidhinisha kwamba kanisa limefunguliwa. Swala la pili ni kwamba kuhusiana na zile fedha ambazo zilikuwa zimefungwa za kanisa, itabidi turudi Nairobi sababu mahakama ya Mombasa haina jurisdiction ya kusikiza mambo ambayo yalifanyika Nairobi. Kwa hivyo mwendo wa saa 8 tutakuwa jijini Nairobi kushughulikia katika mahakama kuu ya Nairobi sababu ule ambaye alitoa hakimu yule magistrate aliyotoa uamuzi ule makazi yake ni Milimani Law Court.
The TV station that is currently closed works hand in hand with that church because it transmits what the church is about and what is going on in mass. So I tend to think that CAK can also take some advice and realize that if the church is open, whatever we address in that church has not been blocked. It cannot be interfered with.
Now we are continuing with the Punchline discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To the returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much, and again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, there is a story that was shared in the Standard newspaper with sub-headline, "Foreigners trooping to Pst Ezekiel's church for prayer." I'm telling you, if Raila Odinga had not met with William Ruto yesterday and the other day, I'm sure that would be the main headline in that newspaper. But because there was a kind of a handshake and a close engagement between Raila and William Ruto, so that had to be given as the main headline. But this one is a sub-headline in that newspaper. So if you go through that story, you realize that inasmuch the state has tried every means possible to tarnish the name of the church, to tarnish the name of Pst Ezekiel, to tarnish the church activity, still the public is flocking to Pst Ezekiel Church. In fact, the paper is just putting out here that foreigners. The truth is that it's not only foreigners. We have also Kenyans in other counties, from Western region to Mount Kenya region to Lower Eastern, everywhere. They are now flocking to Pastor Ezekiel Church at Mavueni. We have people from Uganda, Tanzania, Ghana, Dubai, Australia, among other countries. So they're just going, we want to go to Pastor Ezekiel for prayer. Their focus is on prayer, seeing Pastor Ezekiel, and of course, for the word of God. So this is contrary to what the state anticipated when they started the issue of trumped charges. But remember, what Pastor Ezekiel is facing is trumped charges. They don't have evidence. They don't have a clue. They don't have anything tangible to show that Pastor Ezekiel is linked to what has happened in Shakahola. In everything they have touched, it has been flopping. Yani wanasema siku ya nyani kuanguka miti yote utereza. Na ni kweli, siku ya hii serikali kuanguka, kila mahali penye wameguza kumetereza. You go to closing the church, ilikataa. You go to the issue of trying to trump up charges that Pastor Ezekiel is burying people in his compound, ilikataa. You come to the issue of, there's a mob within the church, ilikataa. Everything never worked. So in as much all this was happening, for the state, it was meant to create certain perception that Pastor Ezekiel is a person of questionable character, and because of this, then Christians, not only Christians by the way, for your information, people who go to Pastor Ezekiel church are not only Christians. We have Muslims who are going to that church, we have Hindu, we have Buddhists, and many other people. Even hata wale wenye wana imani, wameamua tu wanaenda huko. So imagine this is a church that is bringing together the entire world and all religions together. Look at that. So amazing. So in as much the state would want to turn the name so that people will start questioning the operation in the church and the pastor preaching, among other things, it is going against the expectation. Things are turning around in favor of Pastor Ezekiel, in favor of the New Life Prayer Center and church members. Everything is working according to what they would wish to happen. But for state, it is contrary. Instead of people distance themselves from the church, they are flocking to the church. Wakati wanasema kwamba religion is an opium of masses, then that is true. It can be confirmed to what activity is happening now in that church. Today, Mavueni is so much busy. It is busy. The church, with the capacity it has more than 43,000. It is full. Service after service. So Pastor Ezekiel is receiving visitors after visitors. He has a lot of guests. So the operations are going on. The services are so amazing. And indeed, people are experiencing healing, prayers, and fulfillment just to meet Pastor Ezekiel. This alone is enough warning to William Ruto's government that if they don't have a serious case on Pastor Ezekiel, it is better for them to start right now. Stop the intimidation. It will not work. Because even walileta paka mambo ya KRA wakasema kwamba halipi ushuru, KRA na wakasema hapana, there's no way we can lie about this. Because then people will start questioning us when they will come out of the truth. So they already came out and said, no, Pastor Ezekiel is paying, he is paying taxes. So what the state want to try and bring in as trumped charges, it cannot work. So everything has refused to work in the interest of Ruto and his government, but it is working in favor of the pastor and in favor of Christians and above all religions. We know there is something that has happened. It is a bad thing. What Mackenzie did is a kind of terrorism. So that one we condemn. We condemn with the strongest terms possible. We believe that McCann should be held responsible. But above all, you should not use that to start now intimidating other men of God who have been just serving God in the capacity and the manner in which that is in line with the law and again within the Bible teachings. That one should not happen to anyone. So it is very clear. So when you say people should not go, people are going. So the state should start now trying to rethink. And by the way, also when Raila Odinga made his entry to Pastor Ezekiel church, I think that one also was a plus, because it could have been very bad when the state is against you and the opposition is also doing nothing. Because the work of opposition is to stand with the oppressed for justice. For here we are seeing Pastor Ezekiel being oppressed, Pastor Ezekiel being persecuted. But Raila Odinga decided that he will stand with Pastor Ezekiel. He will not just sit down and let people continue to persecute him. Because of that, even Raila Odinga supporters have been keen on Pastor Ezekiel. They have got more interest in Pastor Ezekiel church. So because of that, again also, that has worked in favor of the pastor. So above all, we can say, the God of Pastor Ezekiel, if indeed is there in heaven, he is answering his prayer. And again, Christians at large, God is answering your prayer. For those who have stood with Pastor Ezekiel in this soul testing time, then that very same God is working in his favor. We will wait and see how the case is going to go on matters to do with the freezing of account and opening of the TV station. Thank you and see you in our next video.